Hi, everybody, and welcome to SunBurst Tarot. Where today, whoa, that was weird, but hi, everybody, welcome. Today, we're going to be taking a look at what I, on my channel, have called the Triangle People. Other people have called them secret societies, cults, religious groups, eyes wide shut, multiple different names. And this is kind of the broader group that I want to kind of take a look into. And how I'm looking at this is, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, triangle people, some people call it Illuma something and or other naughty. And I want to take a look at some of these things. What's going on? Is there secret societies? Are there things going on? Is this what we really think it is, or the such? So, without further ado, let's get into it. But first things first, reminder, everything that I'm saying is all alleged and for entertainment purposes only. No facts here, y'all. Just my opinions, psychic downloads, and the such. So, if you want to use what I'm saying to help form your own thoughts, opinions, and conclusions, please do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So, also, what I'm seeing, like, in terms of, like, because I've never really done a reading broadly on what I like to call the triangle people. And that what I'm seeing this as is, you know how now I'm not saying that like the churches or anything, like the Catholic Church or anything is like what I'm seeing, but this is like the reference that I'm getting in my head and like how to explain this in a cohesive way. And I'm not against like any religions or anything, like y'all are free to practice whatever you want, right? So what I'm getting right now is like when I'm looking at the triangle organization, what I'm seeing is that like, you know how like everyone's like, oh, everything's connected and people at the highest of levels got this going on or that going on, and I'm like, but how can everyone be like a part of this organization, right? Because like, I mean, you're talking like thousands of people at the end of the day from all different sectors. So like, how is it actually kind of like spread out? And the best way I can describe it, it's like the Catholic Church or a Baptist church where you got one central figure that everyone's following, like you follow God, and then like it's coming down from like there's a bunch of people who are like the top of the top in their like in their church, right? And so like they come from, it's something, there's like a group that's similar to the Vatican, and then from there you got your bishops, and then you got your archbishops who are like over certain districts, and then over those certain districts you then have like your churches who are all a part of that, right? And like that's what I'm kind of getting, like this organization as a whole, the triangle organization as a whole, that's what this kind of is. So like what I want to like really take a look at is how is like the overall, like the top of the top echelon of this triangle group doing? Like, how is it? Is it good? Is it bad? And then I want to take a look. I'm getting drawn to, we need to look at the American sectors. We need to be looking at the American sectors, and we need to be looking at the European sectors. There's also sectors in Australia, Southeast Asia, Bollywood. I really want to say there's a lot going on in Bollywood, as well as Japan. Japan also has some groups there. I don't know what's going on in China. I hear China has their own thing going on, and they are not involved really with that, whatever this whole shenaniganery is. Very, very interesting. China's not so involved. They're adjacent, they're seen as like another world power, but or like as like another group, I don't know. That's how I'm being shown on like a global scale in this massivity of what it is. So let's take a look. What's the general energy of this triangle group? Things at the top, how are they doing, like at the what I would call like the group's Vatican, not like the actual Vatican, but the triangle group's Vatican, or top leaders, or where things are. How is that group doing? What's the general energy right there? Temperance. We're finding balance. Interesting. We're finding balance. We're finding temperance, moving back and forth. We're putting resources in one area. We're moving people to other sectors, other branches, other churches. You know how there's the example I'm being given is, back in the 1940s, 50s, 60s, there was a huge like wave of in the Catholic Church. There was a lot of individuals who were not doing some so good things to kids, and like instead of like putting like legal consequences to them, they would just move that priest to a different church like across the country. That's what I'm feeling here, is like we're just moving people and people in the congregation to other locations. We're getting them out of one place that's going downhill to get them out of trouble and putting them somewhere else. Why is this? Because they're trying to avoid disaster and complete collapse of their society, of this group, of their religion, essentially. Because from material influence, the world's starting to close in. This is something that they've been doing time and time again, where again, if bad behavior has been shown in the past, well, you know what, let's just move them somewhere else. It's a it's a tried and true method. However, it seems like more and more branches are going down on the underside or on the undercity of it all. With the world reversed as well here in material influences, it also seems as though the world is closing in. People are getting closer and closer to what this religion is, to what it stands for, where these meeting places are, where these temples are located, because hopes and fears, they want to get away with whatever they've been doing. And so the other thing that I'm seeing here with justice reversed is we want to keep our practices the way they've always been. It's America was a breeding ground for this, or we gained a lot of popularity there because of the freedom of religion. There's taboo things that are done, but it's not as though that these certain, sacrifices of chickens or other people has been like frowned upon. It's like this has always been a part of it, but it's definitely taboo and people don't like it when you do it. There's certain laws, rules, and regulations, but now that they're like, well, now that we're getting found out about it, now we don't really have those protections, as some would say. Because the unseen obstacle here is the moon. They want to keep their secrets. They want to keep their hidden practices, their hidden rituals. They want to keep what this organization is hidden. And it's been a hidden religion. That's what I'm getting. It's a hidden religion. We don't want to be out there. We don't want more people. It's a very select group of people. It's not supposed to be this large. It's an elite religion. What's being brought to mind? It's a luxury religion. It's a luxury group. Only the top of the top can get put in. You know how Scientology, like they want to drain all your life savings because they want all that money. This isn't like Scientology levels of like we're going to take all that money. It's more like we're an exclusive brand for networking and bringing people together, but also we hold like how I'm seeing it marketed is we get you results. Our power, our authority isn't just about a networking group or bringing people together or like in a religious sort of way. It's more about what we can do for you. You know how like the church back in the day had all the power and like they were everywhere and they were indoctrinating a lot of people. They were bringing them in. And then like they always had like a ton of money to put towards causes or do this or do that. Like a community level, they do this, but on like a much grander scale. Also, like there's retreats, you know how like they have those Catholic retreats or religious retreats that people can go on. They have islands for this stuff where they can go and they can do their religion and their learning and stuff like that. They have like the Christian wilderness retreats, like they have the same stuff at this place. They have the kids retreats where that's something that goes on. It's all about indoctrination at the end. And like, this is like high end stuff. This is like luxury. You need to have like over like, to even get an invite, you need at least $10 million in your bank account. Because the hopes and the negative influence here is that they're caught. The Hanged Man. This is all about a show. It's a dog and pony show. But also it's about seeing things in a different reality. Seeing things from a light versus dark. Also, there's so much showmanship to this religion as well. And they're feeling stuck. They're kind of like, what do we do? This is like at the top upper echelons. Because what's going for this, they're moving people. They're leaving behind the bodies. They're leaving behind their skeletons. They're leaving behind what they've done, and they're moving it to a different location. Because here in the past, yeah, the devil reversed, which is they're trying to free people from wherever they were, whatever rituals, temples that they had, and now they're trying to take them to new places. But here in the future, their ego, their pride is going to get in their way. Also, the doors to the underworld are open. There's nothing protecting it. It's not that they're getting exposed per se, but their strength is waning. Whatever hold that they had before is not as strong as it once was. Whatever abilities that they had before are not there anymore. And that's what I'm seeing. Like, this is super interesting. Okay. So I want to take a look at the American branches, essentially, of what I'm going to call the triangle people religion. I call them the triangle people. So what's going on in the American branch? Because it seems like I need to talk about the American branch. I need to talk about the American branch, and then I also need to talk about, and there's several American branches. There's the East Coast, New York, Atlanta, LA, Houston. Interesting. New York, LA. Is there something in Chicago? It's not centered. There's something in Chicago, but it's not the main hub. It's St. Louis. What's going on in St. Louis? Why is there something going on with St. Louis? It's the gateway. It's the arch. What's going on with the arch down there? Okay, so let's take a look at just in general what's going on in the American branches, and then I'm going to pull a card for all these different areas. So let's take a look. What's going on in the American branch of this triangle religion organization currently? The King of Pentacles. Money, fame, accolades are going into it. Why? Ooh. Shucks. Okay, I just wanted to pull everything. So what's kind of going on in like the bit, like all around the American branches of this organization, because it's worldwide. So one, there's a lot of money being poured into it right now, or a lot of money being pulled. It's not that money's being poured into it per se. It's being pulled out and put to other places. Someone's been stockpiling. Someone's been putting a lot of money. There's investments, but there's also a lot of secrets here. The best way I can describe this is there's a lot of reports. Ooh, what's going on here? So there's a lot of reports. Again, King of Pentacles. There seems to be like one major leader of the American branch. This person's very, very worried. Why is this person worried? Well, there's somebody who's coming for him in the middle of the night. Because from material influence, someone's been at the pulpit, and they've been very, very, very public. There's this public. This is like they're trying to do something here, putting things together. Also, someone has been hoarding away information or squirreling away information, I want to say, about everybody, and like whether this is what I would maybe like the archbishop or the deacon, or not the deacon, but like what I would call like the archbishop of like America. Because the hopes and fears here is they want to avoid accountability. They want to avoid being burned at the stake of the mob coming after them. But the unseen obstacle here is the Ace of Wands. There's video evidence. There's been inappropriate misconduct of people maybe taking things to the extremes without the higher order knowing about all the things that have been going on. I'm hearing that's a big yes. There's like groups in America, to me, that took things way to the extreme, and in doing things to the extreme, it's getting them caught in what's going on, because the negative influence is the Five of Pentacles reverse. We've put a lot of time, money, and effort into this, but also the popo is on its way. Police have been involved. Things are not looking so good for them, because what's going for them, movements have kind of stopped. They've stopped movement. They've stopped communication. like things have really come to a halt here in America when it comes to the Six of Swords, which is the movements of people, places, things all over the place. Here in the past, the Two of Cups, we disconnected from things going on. And here in the future, the Two of Swords, boogeyman's coming in. So when I'm looking at the American branches of this triangle organization, I would say, in my opinion, they've been excommunicated from the higher part of this religion. In my opinion, that's what it kind of feels like. It's like y'all are off on your own. Y'all took it to the extremes. Y'all went there, and we don't want to have anything to do with you. Also, police got involved too much, and it's like we really can't. It's like we can't have things tracked back to us because there's a lot of people who are lost. This is like their spiritual past. Why? Because there's a lot of death. There's a lot of transformation that is now coming that people are not looking forward to. There's people from material influence. People have gotten messages, synchronicities that things are about to change. However, the hopes and fears, they're feeling like they're trapped, but they're trying to find the key to get untrapped. It's like there's unlocking of truths, things that have been hidden away for a really long time. That's the hopes and fears, is that someone's coming with the key to unlock all the secrets. And the unseen obstacle is that there's a lot of transition, connection, choices. There's a lot of people who are like, are we going to go, or do we stay, or should we go, or should I go now? Unseen obstacle, or the negative influence, is that there's a lot of secrets that people are going to be learning about is what's going for the situation. There's a lot of self-reflection about these people who are in this organization. You're going to have to, we have to see reality now, because here in the past, we had to play a chess move to disconnect from you, and here in the future, surprise! There's a lot of announcements, unexpected good news, but unexpected news, hidden blessings, surprises that we're being protected from right now, and that people are going to be protected from, because it's all about Saturn. Saturn moving into Aries in February. I have a feeling this is going to go boom. Things are not going to be, this is discipline, this is karma, this is structure is coming to this. The American branch of this is like, it's like, bonk. You need to get your stuff together. They have not been playing by the rules. You guys have been taking things to the extreme. That's what I'm feeling. I was like, okay, now we're going to let you out to dry. Okay, so next I want to take a look at I want to pull a single card for some of the regions, because it feels like there are regions to this, and to this organization, to this religion, and I just want to see how each one is kind of feeling, because it feels like each one is different. Each one is different. They're all connected, yes, but they're all different. So we're going to start to the East Coast and move to the West Coast. So we're going to do New York, Atlanta. Actually, we'll do New York, Atlanta, St. Louis. I really want to do St. Louis. We're going to do St. Louis, Houston, LA, and then I also want to do, for some reason, we're going to go to Seattle. I'm struggling if it should be Seattle or Portland. And I'm really wanting to take a look into, where do we want to go? San Diego? Maybe? There's another place on the west. Oh, that's where we're going to go. Sorry, we're going to go to Hawaii. We got to go to Hawaii. So let's take a look, see here. With things going on. So let's take a look here in the United States with this whole branch. So let's take a look. See, we're going to start to the East Coast, move to the West. So single cards. We have New York. We have Atlanta. We have St. Louis. We have Houston. We have LA. And we have Hawaii. Okay, so how's each branch feeling way out here? So let's start in New York. So Knight of Swords. There is a big campaign right now, moving things around. There's a lot of movements as well to get rid of people who are digging around. Knight of Swords is like we're fighting back against allegations, things moving on, the movements and traffics of things going. This is still like we've been pretty hidden. We're still doing our thing over here. Keeping things moving. we've just gotten a little bit more creative with how we're doing things. Also, I think payoffs. There's a lot of stuff going on in New York right now. A lot of fights. A lot of people who are trying to come in and derail investigations. In my opinion, especially in New York. Seen down here in Atlanta, the Madame has got everything on lockdown in Atlanta. There's a so when I'm looking at leaders, it doesn't matter if you're male or female. If you're male, okay, whatever. If you're female, whoever, whatever. It doesn't really matter if there's like a male or female part of this. But whoever the female is down in Atlanta with this Queen of Cups upright, she's like, I got this under lock and key. She feels like I got everything that I need. She's feeling confident. There's no worries. That branch is doing fine, well, dandy. Because there's a female at the head who is keeping everything operations as usual. I don't know if she hasn't been found out. I hear yes, she has not been found out. This is someone who operates from the shadows. This is whatever's going on in Atlanta. This is like top of the line stuff. They also follow the doctrines very closely to the upper, to like directives that come from like the highest of the high. Atlanta follows them pretty good. They don't take things as much to the extremes as it seems like New York does. And in St. Louis with the Knight of Pentacles here, whatever operations were happening in St. Louis, they've been halted, they've been pulled out. We aren't here anymore. I mean, I can pull something for Chicago too, but it doesn't feel like Chicago is very interesting in that it doesn't feel like it doesn't have like a district. It's like it's a sub-district of St. Louis. I don't know why or what's going on in Chicago, but like there's something weird going on with Chicago. It's almost like there's duel for dominance is what I'm seeing or what I'm hearing. It's duel for dominance. It's like we can't have a headquarters in Chicago, but we definitely have installments in Chicago. Just for duel of dominance. Interesting. Duel for dominance in Chicago. Looking down here in Houston, 9 of Swords. There's a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety. What's going on in Houston? Because I don't know if there's raids going on. I don't know if there's people coming in the middle of the night, but whatever operation's going down in Houston, there's a lot of worry. There's a lot of anxiety of people are getting really close. Things are going down there. Legal issues. People are coming in the middle of the night. LA is just waiting for the shoe to drop with the 9 of Wands. They're like, we have barricaded ourselves in. We're just waiting for the shoe to drop. Who's going to come trying to bar in through the doors? LA hasn't been hit quite yet. It looks like Houston's been a huge place. New York's been fighting this stuff. St. Louis, we've had to pull everything out because things got real dicey in St. Louis. But LA, everyone's just barring their doors, waiting for the next shoe to drop. Hawaii, they've already done their raids in Hawaii, and that was not pretty. Hawaii was a big target. I want to get a clarifier for Hawaii. They were very surprised when shit hit in Hawaii. Unexpected news, especially with that card. The big boogeyman got taken down because there was a lot of alternative stuff. This was almost like an R&D department in America when it came to this religion. It's R&D. There's a lot of like alternative stuff that was going on down there and a lot of money that was discovered moving in and out of that place. Allegedly, conspiracy, whatever. Interesting. Very, very interesting when I'm looking at this. So I want to take a look at that's just triangle organization in kind of like in America. So is this triangle organization America? What's kind of the future for this branch in America? Because it seems like whatever this whole thing is, it's got tentacles everywhere with this society, this religion. There's a reason why a ton of people are moving over to Europe. We'll take a look into that. But what's going on? What's the future for this American, like America, this American Triangle People Organization brand, like over here? What is the future of it? Ace of Pentacles. Oop. Things are being unearthed. Things are coming up from the ground. They're trying to hide everything, but with the Four of Pentacles reversed, the vault's being opened. You know, we were seeing that vault before. The vault's being opened. Things are being unearthed from the ground because there's not enough money, because from material influence, people have been saying one thing and doing another. A lot of places are not following the doctrines. We're not following things. So it's like, okay, you guys were misbehaving. Okay, we're going to pull your funding. We're going to pull the support, and now it's time to let everything come out, because you guys have not been following what we've been telling you to do. You guys took it to the extreme, because the hopes and fears, the Six of Wands reversed, your ego and your pride, you're going to be put on display, and not in a good way. As unseen obstacles. Seven of Cups. There's a lot of different ways. They're going to try and paint this as one thing versus another, with all the masks as well, this being the unseen obstacle. There's a lot of different ways that this can go, and they're still kind of trying to decide what everything is going to be. Also, when it comes to this, why am I seeing like masks are a huge part of certain rituals, of certain certain rituals when it comes to this religion? And like with that, with the masks, and as well as the masks, but with the ritual itself, it's like you can only hide so much, because the negative influence here is the Ten of Pentacles. They're tied to a bigger thing. What's the future of it? There's so much money here, like in America. It's like, we don't want to let you go, but things are about to start coming out, y'all. Because what's going for it? Again, we are seeing this motif of death and unearthing things from the past. Long buried secrets that were held in the vault are coming out, because here in the past you wanted to party hard like a rock star and you wanted to put everyone's business on blast, and now here in the future, things that you've planted in the past are now not going to come to fruition, because it's all about backstab, it's all about betrayal, and the sun's coming up, and you're going to be the one they're the sacrifice. The American branch will be sacrificed for the greater good of the organization as a whole. It's like, you wanted to do this, you wanted to go against us, fine. Then you have gone against us, and now you will be the sacrificial lamb. You will be the ones exposed to the light. You see this sun coming here in the path. You see the sunlight, and this is a vampire. And as the sun hits vampires, they go poof, and they turn into ash, or they pass. Yeah, that's what's going to be going on here. Allegedly, conspiracy, whatever. So next I want to go, what's going on in Europe? What the frickety frick-frack's going on in Europe? So when it comes to this organization in Europe, what's going on? How is this European organization, triangle people, place, how's it working? How's it going? Is it okay? Like, what's the general vibe of the European branches of the triangle religion, as I'm going to call it? How are they feeling? How are the European branches doing? Oh, shucks. This is a very unstable time over in Europe for them. Why? Nine of Pentacles. They were trying to move people out of the US over to Europe because they thought it was safer. But in reality, it's a much more unstable region. It's a much more unstable location. Why is this? Because oh boy. What I'm seeing is temples of old haven't been kept up to date, haven't been kept up to par. They've been left in rubble. They've been left in disrepair. And so these people trying to go back to their origins of the religion, of this practice, they're going back to dilapidated old ruins that hold no power anymore. Because people took the power from those places and took it over to, say, America. And now that power is left in America, and there's nothing left in Europe. Also, there's a giant expose coming as well of this religion, of this organization, where stuff is going down as well. Interesting. because the hopes and fears. 3 of Swords. It's time to heal from our hurts and our wounds. We got to go lick our wounds, but also there's nothing here. Everything that they're trying to do is being counteracted. Things are being taken down. Because the unseen obstacle here is the Hanged Man. You can't take this stuff underground anymore. Whatever underground stuff was there is no longer. Things have long been buried, done. Those centers of power do not hold power anymore. Where is this thing centrally located? Because I don't think it was in America, and I don't think it's in Europe anymore. I don't know where this thing is, where the center of power for this religion is. But with the Hanged Man reversed, it's like you can't do your underground shenanigans anymore. Things must come to the light. Things aren't put on ice anymore because the negative influence, the 2 of Pentacles, you're unbalanced. You're not putting, there's like somebody's taken all the money in Europe and like almost like hoarding it. Is what's going on right now. Things that have been done in the dark will now come to the light. It's time for action. You can't be hidden in your things that were being hidden in closed spaces are no longer. Also with this Hermit card, I don't know why I'm getting Paris. I don't know what's going on in Paris with things going on with the Hermit reversed. I'm like, this is Paris. Oh boy. Something's going on there, and it's like it starts here and it goes out, because here in the past there was a lot of seduction, people doing certain things, bringing individuals in. Now here in the future, the 9 of Cups reversed, which is whatever dream life you thought you were manifesting, whatever accolades you thought that were going to be here are no longer. Whatever centralization of power you thought is not here. I hope you're ready to, people are going to be losing their lives, because here in the past, or like here at the underside of it, the Knight of Wands, things weren't taken seriously. If you thought America was extreme, Europe was even worse. Europe was 10 times more extreme with the Knight of Wands. They were careless. They were reckless. Like there's no power here because there's no ritual. There's no care. There's no intention. It was just like, let's just go out and have fun and just do la-ti-da-ti-da. There's no belief in the system over in Europe. Like that's kind of the issue going on there. It's like they're trying to reestablish power centers, but there's nowhere to reestablish because there's no money there anymore. Also, all the money is getting frozen or taken or put somewhere else. Interesting. So I want to take a look then now at I want to take a look. What's going on in Paris? Because it did come up specifically. What's going on in Paris then, or Paris, as some would like to say, with stuff going on? What's going on in Paris? Because I'm also seeing too, like, I'm like, well, what's going on? Is there anything to do in London? And it's like, yes, there's stuff going on in London, but I hear what's going on in London. I don't know. I think that's a completely separate video. I'm hearing that's a completely separate video. But let's take a look. What's going on with Paris in this triangle religion? What's going on with Paris? And we got to do something there. The Hanged Man. There's a lot of underground shady shenanigans going on in Paris that are now being revealed and or brought to light. The power to the people. Why is this? Yeah, because the religion's done. It's over with. Where Paris might have been a central hub where a lot of shady shenanigans were afoot here for this religion. It is no longer. Things that were done in the dark are now coming to light. The powers that be are not there anymore. Whatever religions, whatever things were going on are being dismantled. They are not powerful. They do not have things. There's nothing to be done there anymore. Because from a material influence, the emperor, someone lost control. Is this the French prime minister? He's like, you've lost control. You were being greedy, or somebody was being greedy. Someone was being selfish, and was just taking everything for themselves and not redistributing out to the public because of the hopes and fears. There's a couple here. There is a couple here, the emperor and the empress. There's a couple in Paris or France that has caused an issues, and this couple or the leaders of this group of this place, the Paris leaders are they're being brought out to the light, or they will be the next ones to go down. I do not know if these are actual like leaders of France. I'm hearing no, but the leaders of this triangle organization will be going down if they were operating in France. Because the unseen obstacle is that you may try and scatter to the wind, but you cannot hide. You are the whole self. Whatever they were trying to like divvy up and put out to different places, they can't. Because the negative influence, y'all have been doing bad shit. You were in a lose-lose situation. You were damned if you did. You were damned if you don't. Because, yeah, there's the Ten of Swords reversed again. What's going for them? They're going to be put out to dry. This is another group. This is another place of you're getting backstabbed. You're getting betrayed. You're going to be put out into the light. Because here in the past, the Knight of Pentacles, there was a lot of stuff that was going on here. There was a lot of money. There was a lot of accolades. There was a lot of people, places, things involved. A lot of resources here as well to kind of move this forward in Paris. And now here in the future, the Ace of Pentacles, things that were buried, resources, people. I don't know what's been going on down in the catacombs of Paris, because I keep getting catacombs. If you ever want me to do a reading just on the catacombs, let me know. But it seems like there is something that is being unearthed. You see the hand coming up from the grave to go towards the pentacle, towards the resources. It's like we will live to try again somewhere else. But Paris is not going to be. Things are being unearthed there, and people are going to, in my opinion, go down in this European little religious thing here. Because, yeah, it's death, endings, burial, ritual, ceremony. Yeah. There's a couple here. Whether they're married or not, I'm not sure. But there's a lot of issues going on in Paris. Yeah, justice is coming for people in Paris. Yep, because there's a lot of photos, there's a lot of evidence, there's a lot of video, memories, documentation of things going on here, and it's time to remove the trash, time to take out the old, whoever these groups of people are, because there's been messages, somebody sent messages from things going on in Paris, and it's time to bring inner peace, meditation, balance to whatever's going on, because here in the past there was a lot of money, a lot of greed, a lot of hoarding, and now here in the future, what goes around comes around. And again, it's all about protection, intuition, healing, divine insight. Lots of stuff is moving on here in Paris. And a lot of stuff I feel like is going to be coming over the phone. News is coming because at the center of it, there's been a lot of stuff going on in Paris. I don't know why if Paris is the epicenter for stuff. Paris is the epicenter, at least it feels like, for Europe. I do not know where this place is centrally located, or this organization or this religion is centrally located, but Paris was a major hub for it in Europe, but that's going away. So if y'all have any other questions about this whole shit show, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to know. Otherwise, feel free. Leave a church emoji, whatever church you guys feel comfortable leaving. I would really appreciate it, or the evil eye. Otherwise, I really just want to say a great big thank you to everyone who's been watching. If you want to book a personal reading with me, join YouTube members to see videos like this early. I would really appreciate it. Otherwise, I really just want to say a great big thank you to everyone again, and I hope to see you guys all in more videos in the future. So thank you so very much, and bye.